Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get 1 million XP per hour soloing Utgarde Keep as a fire mage. Before we get into the video, I want to give a big shout out to my friend Esquire. I actually saw a video of his, decided to hop on the beta and check it out, jump in a little bit, and the method I'm doing is pretty similar, but has a couple slight differences. So let's hop into game here. This is the beta. It's not out quite yet. I want to start with my spec. So we have points to arcane concentration in the arcane tree. This clear casting chance is really going to help you not go so I would definitely recommend going to arcane concentration. The rest of my points are in fire. You definitely need 51 points in the fire for living bomb. Having said that, there is some wiggle room with a couple of these talents. Improved fire blast isn't super necessary, but you wouldn't really want improved fireball. You want Ensign, ignite, whirl and flames. You definitely want blast wave, definitely want whirl and flames, definitely want flame throwing, definitely want master of elements. Combustion, dragon's breath, fire starter, all pretty good talents. Definitely want firepower for that extra DPS. Empowered fire is good, molten fury is good, pyromaniac's good, burnout's good, and living bomb's good, right? You can get Hot Streak if you want, especially as you start leveling up. You're going to have more talents to play with from 70 to 80, so Hot Streak's not bad. Fiery Payback's not bad either, so if you want to move a couple points around, that's totally fine. That's the spec we're looking at. Now, here's my gear. I actually don't have rocket boots on for this run. I do have the rocket boots in the bags. You can do it with or without rocket boots. The rocket boots do help things, but if you're not an engineer or for whatever reason don't want to make these, we're actually going to show you guys without the rocket boots how to do the run. And you definitely don't want to forget the boot enchant minor speed increase in the 9 stamina. 9 stamina is not doing much, but that minor speed is huge. If you don't have this minor speed, the mobs are going to hit you from behind and they're going to kill you. So you definitely want to get the minor speed. Now taking a look at glyphs, same thing. That extra 5 yards with the glyph of blink is absolutely necessary. 100% get glyph of blink before even trying to do this at all. Glyph of living bomb. You actually can't buy this on the auction house in pre-patch. This will come out with Wrath itself. But when Wrath comes out, if you can have someone make you this Glyph of Living Bomb, it's going to be huge. Because your Living Bombs can now crit, which means you're going to do more damage, you're going to get more mana back, and it's going to make the runs altogether a lot smoother. One of the nice things I'm using here is the Battlemaster's Celerity, which once again, I'll probably buy the crit Battlemaster's Celerity. But it's a free kind of like on-use trinket that gives you like a free 1750 health every 3 minutes. Like a free potion, which isn't too bad. But here's my gear. Nothing too crazy. I mean, I have some pretty solid gear from Sunwell and Black Temple. But it's not itemized at all. In fact, I would want a lot more crit and a lot less haste. So this is my Frost gear that I push up to Gladiator with, right? I'm sitting at about 1.2 million experience here. A little bit over, 4,000 experience over that. We'll run into this dungeon, make sure I reset. And we'll start this timer. Start the timer here. So we're just going to run up into Utgarde Keep. If you guys don't know where Utgarde Keep is, it's right there on the map. We're running double DB these guys. Nothing too crazy. We're going to look out to the left here. Aggro. This one will automatically aggro. We'll blink in and press a Frost Nova. So we'll Nova the guys right here. They're going to be chasing us around in this circle. And we actually kind of want to go like real far here on this right-hand side. I actually go past this right box. And right when this guy aggroes, you can throw out like a little cone of cold. And we just throw out some more living bombs and a dragon's breath. And we want to blink on cooldown. We want to try to get these blinks so we can start building distance. Once again, these guys are going to aggro. We have a couple options. We have the cone of cold, the dragon's breath, and the blast wave, and the frost nova if they get too close. So right here, we can just blast wave them off. We can nova them off. And boom, another little blinky boy. Once again, just going to kind of run in circles. We can use our Battlemaster trinket, cone of cold them off, DB them off. And once we get some distance built up, it's going to be a little bit easier there. We can actually impact stun one off too. And cool. Now we can start spreading our living bombs, blink out a little bit further. And once you're in this situation, I mean, this is juice, right? They're all stacked. You just spread living bombs. You only want to refresh if they don't have a living bomb because the explosion is what's going to do a ton of damage. You can pop our unused trinket too. Kind of just sending it. We can knock them back even, blink out. The knockback gives you a free flame strike if you want to use those free flame strikes. Super beneficial. Clear casting, as you guys can hear, is really helping us out here in this run. Just gonna do big circles. And I mean, this is pretty much the first pull, right? This is juice. This is big experience. It's actually gonna be the biggest out of the 3 pulls here in the dungeon. And if you really wanted to, you could just master this first pull, run out in the outworld, do some quests, and then come in and do another first pull, right? If you really wanted to. Just kind of running in circles. Missed that last blast wave. Totally fine though. Most of the damage, if you guys look at details, is going to be just Living Bomb. Nothing too crazy here. They're all going to eventually go down. I actually messed up there. So the Living Bomb had like 1 second left. It was about to blow up, and I refreshed it. So once again, Living Bomb does the most amount of damage when it blows up. So we want to make sure we don't refresh those. And this first pull is going to be about 95,000 experience once everything's said and done, which is pretty awesome. Blow up, blow up, blow up, blow up, blow up, boom. So we'll just start running back this way for our second pull. For the sake of the video, I actually won't loot everything, but when I'm actually leveling, I think I am going to decide to loot everything. The reason being is you can actually do only 5 dungeon runs per hour, so you actually don't want to go any quicker than 12 runs in an hour. And if you have time to loot and still be within that threshold. Unless you want to run out in the outworld and do some quests in between. You could like do 5 runs and then go and quest, but I mean at some point, especially when you're higher level, 74, 75, you know, you're gonna have to change zones. It's just gonna be a lot of work. So for me, I'm just gonna loot and make some extra gold along the way, maybe get some extra potions to use or frostweave cloth to use, maybe some blues or greens, but let's keep on going here. So this is the second pull. What we're gonna do is just run in and pop our invis. There's a couple ways to do this pull, but I've been doing a blockless pull and bootless pull. So I kind of just run right about here. So we're in line with this haystack. Come out of stealth, aggro this guy, run far, aggro this guy, wait for me to body pull, and then just blink and then run in a straight line. We're gonna aggro everything with Living Bomb here, and then right at the last second, aggro that guy with Living Bomb too. And just throw up a bunch of Living Bombs. This gets a little sketchy here without the rocket boots. This is where you'd pop the rocket boots. But if you don't have them, you just run in a straight line and then blink again. And that's pretty much all you have to do. From here, you just pop the unused trinket and send the Living Bombs and run in circles. It's pretty much the same exact thing. They're going to get tighter packed up once we start running in this circular pattern. So it's pretty much just kind of waiting for them all to get tightly packed. Once they're tightly packed, we're juiced up just like that first pull. This pull is a little bit harder because the dragons get really close at times. And that's what that rocket boot would help with if you do want to go ahead and get engineering and use that. But like I said, it's not necessary. You can blink every time they get close without them. If you ever blink up in 3, 2, 1, boom. Something I forgot to mention is I am using Glyph of Blink. Glyph of Blink's gonna be pretty big here. That extra 5 yards, as you're seeing many times, is going to help out with these runs. Glyph of Blink is pretty required here, because they get within 5 yards a lot. Every time they get within 5 yards without Glyph of Blink, I would be toast. Once again, this is pretty much the second pull. We're 5 minutes into this run, and two pulls are pretty much down. You can use mana gems if we want. If you want to speed things up, you could probably even get like engineering for some more AoE. You could use mana potions if you wanted. You don't have to get too creative though to go quicker, because that 5 instance lockout per hour, at some point it's like you don't even want to go faster. You know, in fact, I think around a 10 or an 11-minute run is a perfect time to get your runs to, because once you're locked out, you can go to the restroom, grab a snack, maybe do a couple push-ups. Nothing too crazy. Just running in circles. We're going to finish off the rest of these mobs here. And that's pretty much it. So, on to the third pull. Once again, if I was doing this, I would probably loot the mobs just for some extra gold. But since it's just here on the beta, we're going to run through this last pull. There's a dragon here I missed. It's not a huge deal. I can just grab him on the way back. This dragon, I think, flies up in the air or something is what happens, but didn't actually aggro him. Same with this guy. Once again, not a huge deal. We're just going to run past him, and we'll grab him on the way back for this third pull. 6 minutes in here. Should probably go for full mana here before this next pull. I'm just sending a little evocate. So these do aggro if you don't blink. So we'll blink and dodge them. Easy clap. So we'll just run in through here. There's 4 mobs here and the boss. You just aggro any one of the 4 mobs, and all 4 of them will actually aggro. It's pretty nice. So just throw out the Living Bomb to one of them, and then just start running. There's 3 here we want to try to avoid. I usually just body pull them and blink. And I want to avoid this dragon. I don't want to get too close to him, so we're actually going to not pull this guy until we're about max range, because this dragon is pretty fast. Now that we're max range, we kind of just send it like that. Now these guys have a shield that you can spell steal that will actually help out a little bit. There, it's a shield protection. Don't want to go spell stealing though, so you want to be a little wary about that. Send the mana gem nice and early. Once again, it's the same type of rinse and repeat pull here. Nothing too crazy. We want to spread the living bombs, spell steal when we can. This pull is a little scarier because they do have that ranged attack. Now I actually pulled a little bit too far. We're gonna have some people maybe come the other direction. These guys all, yeah, no, we're good. Sometimes they'll come the other direction, like this way, like this guy right here. You want to be wary of that. It's not a huge issue. You can kind of just do this and DB, and should be good to go, right? It's not that big of a deal. It's actually pretty nice. We got a blazing speed proc here. It's one of those fire talents. When you get that blazing speed proc, you can build a little bit more distance. Once again, we'll just send another blink. Spread the living bombs. We can send little spell steals too. Gets pretty tight on some of these corners, but like I said, if you time it right, your blink should be right up when you need it. Pretty darn close. Use my Battle Master as a little pseudo heal here. Fun fact about Battle Master in Wrath is that it doesn't actually ever lose health. You just gain the health. Once the Battle Master effect falls, you stay at that same percentage of health, which is pretty cool. So I'm just using it on cooldown as a potion when I do need it. On a 3-minute cooldown. And like I said, I'll probably end up getting the crit trinket of the Battle Master instead of the haste one, since crit is going to give me a lot more damage. It's going to net me a lot more damage. We can even pop Combust here if we want. Finish off these last few mobs. Spell steal when we can. And, I mean, that's pretty much the run, my friends. So that's an entire run in 9 minutes and 6 seconds. If we want to loot, we can. And look at that. Plus 200,000 experience in 9 minutes. Now, if you multiply that out from the instance lockout, that's 5 runs in an hour. 200,000 times 5. If you guys want to double check my math, I think that adds up to 1 million XP per hour. This isn't even min-max. Like I said, if you wanted to do rocket boots, if you want to go full crit, your gear could be even better, but not super necessary. But yeah, this is a blockless pull as well, the way I'm doing it. 3 pulls, no rocket boots, easy clap. There we go. Enjoy the video, guys, and enjoy Northrend. Peace.